All right, I'd like to give a shout out to Alyssa who just told me about this. Our
All right, calling case numbers 2401-248, 2401-451, People versus Megan Ellis.
Attorney Joey Phillips, P8408-1, on behalf of Miss Ellis.
And good morning, Your Honor. George Brown on behalf of Ms. Ellis on the other case.
Ms. Ellis, state your name, please.
Ellis.
Today's date and time set for a pretrial. Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips, it's my understanding there's a request for further plea negotiations, discovery, and a 4-week adjournment is what all parties have agreed to. Mr. Markham was here. He has to cover another docket as well. He's indicated that he's in agreement with that. Is that what you're seeking, Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Phillips?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I will note for the record that the court put some pretty intensive bond conditions in place to allow Ms. Ellis back into the community. I'm happy to see at this point, although it's only been a couple weeks, but during those 2 weeks, there's been some positive progress that has occurred, and Ms. Ellis appears to be following the court's requirements, which I think is good for her and good for the community. Mr. Brown, it's my understanding that you have some additional requests of this court related to bond. I will tell you right now, I'm hesitant to make any changes because of what we're doing is working, but I'm always willing to hear any requests. Reasonable requests will be considered. I know that the prosecutor has already made it clear that he's leaving any of your requests to the court's discretion. So, Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips, what are you looking for?
Thank you, Your Honor. We're asking that the defendant be allowed to travel outside of her curfew. Her curfew by court order currently is 8 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock a.m. We're asking that she be allowed to go on a camping trip at Higgins Lake from tomorrow to the 24th. That she be allowed to go to another camping trip at Silver Lake Sand Dunes. That she would be at the Dunetown Resort on August 30th to September 2nd. We're also requesting that she have permission to go to a Glass Animals concert at DTE Pine Knob on August 24th, and a concert at the Fillmore on September 15th.
No, he's gonna let her.
Yeah, sure. I would second that request. As it relates to the family camping trip, it's my understanding it's just with her aunt and uncle, I believe. Is that right, Megan?
Yes.
And there would be no worry about the complaining witness potentially being there.
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has not had any contact with her, and she's not planning on being there. And Judge, I guess I'd also want to note for the record that these tickets were purchased for the concerts. They were purchased before the defendant was on bond. And I believe that the court has the power to put some protocols into effect to make sure that the defendant is continuing to follow the conditions of a bond. If the court would ask for, say, a drug and alcohol test after each of the concerts, she would willingly comply.
So, Ms. Ellis,
That's my problem.
the 23rd, 24th, you're going to be going to Higgins Lake with your aunt and uncle.
Oh, he already.
That's correct. It's one night back in town, the 24th for the concert, back home after the concert, all in the state of Michigan. And then for the Silver Lake, it'd just be me and my partner and our pets.
The 30th through the 2nd.
Yes, Labor Day.
Her partner. I thought she was married. I'd say no. No, you guys stay here and deal with this and get this worked out. You made a hash out of everything. Again, no guy would get this. No way. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. I thought it was in a prior hearing she said she got married. Or is in the chat. Maybe I don't know. I don't know her marital status. If she's not married, that makes sense.
Okay, so she's already on a level of drug testing, but if I allow her to go to these locations, she will have to test the next day whether or not she's ordered to, whether it's not, it's part of her random. So basically I'll incorporate for the Higgins Lake and concert trip, she has to test a drug and alcohol test. I don't anticipate with Miss Ellis that there'll be alcohol, but I don't actually anticipate there'll be either, based on what I
Really?
see as some good compliance right now. But based
I
on our
have
past
zero
discussions,
confidence.
of all the things I would be surprised to see would be alcohol, but she'll do a drug and alcohol test on the 25th of August. She'll do one on the 3rd of September. Now, Ms. Ellis, if you are, just so you know, if you are called those days anyway, then you don't have to do 2 tests that day. They'll all count together. Okay.
Okay.
But for example, you come back on the 25th and you're not called, you already have been told by me, you test on the 25th. If I'm letting you go to that concert and to Higgins Lake. Now she'll have to test on the 3rd when she comes back. She'll have to test on the 16th after the concert. So Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips, if you could just help Miss Ellis facilitate that. And then remember, Miss Ellis, all the other things stay in place. We're not, I want you to keep doing your daily journal. I want you to keep working with Dr. Abramski. I want you to keep evaluating medication. I think the journal is helpful as well as when you do sit down and have a discussion, if that happens with some sort of, medication appointment, things like that, having your daily journal so that you can then say, hey, this is how I feel. These are some of the side effects. So the daily journal also works for me, but also works for you so that you can be a more accurate historian when you sit down with your doctor.
Sure.
And as you know, Miss Ellis, what works for right now might not work in 6 months. And so you just have to make those constant adjustments. Those journals really do help the doctors make the right call, which in the end benefits you. This is the most calm that I've seen you, and you are following my rules, which is, I will say, Ms. Ellis, your attorneys fought for you on this one to at least give you the opportunity to participate in these activities, which are important to you. I have great reservations, but they've convinced me that you have, since you followed my rules for the last couple of weeks, you'll continue to follow my rules, and that this will actually be beneficial to your mental health to be able to experience these things.
Oh,
And
please.
so for now, I'm
Oh,
okay with these adjustments. When you're not at these events, the curfew remains, the social media bar continues. I hope that it's helping you focus on things that are more about you as opposed to others, which is always a good thing.
Good point, Nick. Good point.
So I'll see everybody back here in about 4 weeks, and you can go to those concerts, just test the next day. You can go to Higgins and Silver Lake, just test the next day. I think that
Guaranteed she's found some drug that they're not testing for, or she thinks it won't get picked up, and that's what she's going to roll with for these. She's not going to go and behave herself, and then she's going to fall off the wagon. Her behavior is erratic. You finally got her to put the bong down, and she's acting semi-normal for a week, and then she comes out with, I want to take these trips and go and go to concerts. It's not going to end well, is my prediction.
that's it for now, Mr. Brown, Mr. Phillips. Anything else?
Actually, Your Honor, could we go off the record briefly?
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. There you have it. And luckily, just before this, Chrissy in court sent me a nugget. Special Law Talk with Mike exclusive nugget from Chrissy. For reasons that I won't get into. Yep. It's pretty fun. I'll put a link. I just threw this together. I'll put a link to her channel, but you guys should know Chrissy in court. This one's kind of fun.
Go on, Your Honor. Ma'am.
Good afternoon, Mr. McCreary.
Yes, ma'am.
We are on the record in case number 24-2657 SM, and you are appearing for arraignment purposes. This afternoon, you're appearing with Ms. Mistley the defense attorney available through the indigent defense.
Court with Chrissy. Court with Chrissy. Sorry, I'm old school. I remember back in the day when it was Kristen and Traverse City.
Counsel here to assist you. And Ms. Mistley, did you have opportunity to review the allegations on the complaint, the nature of the offense, and the possible maximum penalties with Mr. McCreary?
I did, and we will waive a formal reading of the misdemeanor complaint, enter a plea of not guilty, and request the assignment of counsel. It's my understanding that Mr. Graff is representing Mr. McCreary on other matters or two.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And we have recently had discussions with regard to the appointment of counsel. Is that right, Mr. McQuarrie?
Yes, that is right, ma'am. I've just gotten all that together and I've spoken with him yesterday, and I know that he's representing me now. And I appreciate you guys helping me out with that too, or making that clear to me.
No worries. So in this case, I will also appoint an attorney for you. The next step in the process, the pretrial conference in this case would be scheduled for September 10th. It will be at 9:30 a.m. And Ms. Mistley, is there information that you would like me to know regarding bond?
We would request in this case a low 10% bond. Mr. McCreary does have a hearing scheduled for Friday, and I know he's being held pending the outcome of that hearing.
Thank you. So Mr. McCreary.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
In this case, your bond is going to be a 2,500 10% bond. Conditions on this bond are that you will have no contact in any manner whatsoever with Douglas DeLine. That means no phone calls, no messages through other people, no mail. You may not text message nor through any social network have any contact with him. You will stay 500 yards or more away from him. You may not use nor possess any weapons of any sort. You'll have no threatening, intimidating, harassing, or violent behavior towards any person. And you'll be respectful of all court employees and care providers during the course of your case.
Yes, ma'am. Is there any way, can I address that also? Is that okay?
The bond condition?
Yes, ma'am. The bond amount, I'm indigent, and I'm speaking to an attorney, and I'm doing the BDI thing with the chaplain, and if I do see Mr. Hamlin tomorrow, and I only have this one case going on, I was wondering if maybe either would he be able to make it down to a PR or make it something more I can afford, because I can't even afford $250 right now.
Well, you have, the other cases, right now you have 3 others.
It gets worse.
That we've
Yes, and
left at PR bonds, but this is an assaultive offense alleged. So the others are PR bonds, but this one I'm going to leave as it is.
He starts that way.
And you're welcome to discuss with Mr. Graff the issue if you are going to be able to be released, and Mr. Graff can file a motion then also in this case, if he is appointed in this case, to review the bond. But this is this is a more serious offense than a trespass, for instance, which is the other 2 of the other cases. This is
which I just got.
Go ahead.
I just got picked up on that for my bond violation. So I guess I'm a little confused still. And I haven't even been able to log onto my computer, my PIN numbers, or talk to anybody, or even talk to Mr. Graff other than yesterday. So, and I filled out a FOIA Freedom of Information Request Act to pull the video from the bus station proving that I was actually.
Okay, Mr. McCreary, you don't want to talk about this on the record on YouTube with prosecutors listening. You will be talking to Mr. Graff again on Friday at the latest. I know you spoke with him yesterday afternoon. I spoke with him, and I also called Safe Haven, so they're aware.
Okay, and maybe Goodwill, so I don't lose my stuff. That'd be cool too. Especially if I'm gonna be waiting. I can't be making requests. I understand that. I'm not trying to be a butthole, I swear.
Okay.
But I would hate to be held in jail on $250 when I've been waiting for this arraignment for a long time. Like a long
As usual, you're not trying to be a butthole, but you're doing a great job.
time. And I'm not trying to be rude. I apologize if I'm coming off that way. I'm just a little frustrated. I was suffering from a head injury and dehydration and stuff, and I was having a problem getting my mail and everything, and I'm indigent as it is, and I'm confused, you know, as to who I'm supposed to be.
You're gonna
As what's going.
you're gonna be talking to Mr. Graff, and he's gonna help you through all of this. Okay?
Excellent.
All
Okay,
right.
cool. Because I just tried to call him before court and I couldn't even get that done. So I was just a little concerned as to what I had to do, what needed to be done. And you know, I just got tased and hurt. I needed some medical attention, you know, and I've got bruises all over me, and I was released out of jail, and I was sitting in the alleyway, you know, just eating a sandwich when I went to jail. So I can't afford $250, but I can talk to him, and you know, I'm not trying to be rude.
Yes.
And I'm not trying to.
Right.
Okay,
Please,
so we
please, save all of that to have a discussion with Mr. Graff. There may be other pending charges, and you don't want to say anything right now on the record regarding anything that might hurt you. So what you need to do now is just to
Oh, I've been hurt.
save
I've
all
been
of
hurt
that
very
for Mr. Graff.
badly. I've been hurt very, very badly. And
Mr.
I have.
McCreary, you want to stop talking, okay? We now
Yes,
have
ma'am.
a prosecutor with us. Just stop talking and talk to your attorney.
I've been trying to do that, ma'am. I thought you were that also as well. Is Neil Wild?
I explained to you very clearly earlier, I'm here for the arraignment only. I've spoken with Mr. Graff. You'll be talking to him by Friday.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm just confused here, ma'am. I'm not trying to be.
Okay, we're all done. You can stop.
I'm sorry, guys. Thank you.
Protect your rights, Mr. McCurry.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
trying to protect your rights, that you don't say anything that would hurt your case, okay?
Okay.
So you need to
Okay.
not say anything further, please, okay?
Okay, ma'am. I
So
apologize.
you're all set. No worries.
All right, thank
You're
you.
all set.
Thank you. Sorry.
Bill Hickerson of case 142454DS. Mr. Hickerson is here today
Thank you, Rocky, who sent this to me, and also Alyssa.
after failing to appear before this court on July 10th, 2024.
It's out there.
For the record, that was a bench warrant hearing. Mr. Hickerson was previously before the court for a bond review hearing on June 28th of 2024. He was released without bond at that time at the jail's request due to medical reasons. And then he failed to appear for the hearing. Bond is currently set at $4,815. This is the fourth bench warrant. He reports no employment. Last payment made on this account was in January of 2024. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Department is requesting transportation costs reimbursement in the amount of $81.72. The court recommends that a reasonable bond be set in this matter and it be scheduled for hearing on August 28th, 2024 at 8:00 a.m. before this court.
Thank you. Mr. Hickerson, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to appear at a prior proceeding as a result of your failure to pay child support. Purpose of this hearing is to set a bond that would assure your tenants at the next hearing on August 28, 2024 at 8:00 a.m. You will get notice of that in writing. Sir, you were in court previously on June 28th and you didn't show up on the July 10th date. Why is that?
I was told by a U.S. Marshal that because I'm a Christian that I'm being persecuted and to leave the country. He said that pretty much I need to leave as soon as possible for my safety, that me getting a job, me surviving. I have been attempted to be trafficked. A lot of things have been, a lot of attempts on my life. And
Don't worry, he's going to tie all this up. Okay, no, he's not.
I have literally been in fear for my life running in circles. Getting a job is completely off the charts because I am in exile. I am not allowed to work a job. They will not keep me working the job. I've been trying everything in my possible. All I want is a normal life. I want to be able to work. I want to be able to keep housing. However, every homeless shelter I go to, I am impeded and imposed upon. My IDs get stolen. I get scrutinized to a point that it's unbearable. I honestly, I don't know what to do. I want to just work a normal job and pay my child support, but I am literally being ran in circles in my own country in fear for my life. It has also come to my attention that my son is being brutally raped and is being recorded and sold on the black web. I have tried to talk to cops about it. They tell me that it is up to me as the father to take care of it. I have had no way of defending him, and it is breaking my heart. I'm doing everything in my possible just to be a good father, and I don't want to not pay child support. That is not my intent. But right now I'm in fear for my life. I am in exile, and I'm living in Exodus, sir.
Okay, well, sir, sounds like the biggest bunch of nonsense I've heard in a while, but I guess that's your story. So the court will first order that you reimburse the sheriff transportation cost of $81.
That was fantastic. That's what I was thinking too, but I didn't think Judge Kirkham would just come right out with it. He's like, okay, I don't believe any of that, but that's your story. Fine.
72 cents. The court will note that, again, you didn't appear within almost a week of when the court had released you on no bond. What the court's going to do is set your bond in the amount of $1,000. If you're able to post that, you'd be able to be released. Do you have any questions?
I will not be able to post that, so I will be sitting here until August
28th when we have your hearing. Okay,
Yes, sir.
you're free to go. Have a good day.
Yep, thank you.
Mr. Chapman on
you anything other than the plea agreement to get you to plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Taylor on June 29th, 2024?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you were operating that motor vehicle, sir, was your license suspended, revoked, denied, or otherwise invalid?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you allow yourself to operate that motor vehicle, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are counsel satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to accept the plea as knowing and voluntarily given. Sir, that's a fine of 100, court cost of 100, state assessment of 50, and a crime victim's rights fee of 75. That brings your total to 325. Does your client need time to pay that?
I'll ask for 30 days, Your Honor.
Okay. 30 days to pay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're all set. All right.
Okay,
Thank you.
sorry.
Have a good day.
I'm just throwing up the unedited clips I was going to put together for later.
This is 24122
Here's the real case.
the people versus David Reyes.
Morning, Your Honor.
James Kazicki on behalf of Mr. Reyes.
Okay, before you start talking, man, what's the evidence? I'm representing myself. My name is David. Wait a minute, my name is David Boy, Mark Reyes, right? Yeah, the evidence
Okay,
is me.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes, I'm
Mr.
listening.
Reyes.
Yes.
Mr. Reyes.
Yes.
Okay, I hear you, sir, and I see you. Can you just take a seat? You're so close, I can hardly see you. I can see you much better when you sit back. Thank you. Okay, so Mr. Reyes, we're here today for a pre-trial on this case. And we're going to go, and we're going to set it for a settlement conference. Okay, Mr. Reyes. One more time, sir. What did you say?
Shoot, man. I'm not playing now. I'm not playing. Second time I've been here now. What's the problem? Show me them.
Oh, all right, Mr.
Yeah. Yes or no?
Okay, Mr. Reyes.
Mr.
Reyes.
This is the second time I've been here. Now, what's the effing problem, Judge? I like it. I like it. It's bold. It's to the point. I like it.
I'm not playing now. I don't give a fuck. You're married or not. Okay, just release me. 40-year minimum.
All right, we're going to set,
40 fucking year minimum, ma'am.
all right, I'm muting
Oh,
you,
you got
Mr.
that?
Reyes. We're going to set this for a settlement conference with the complaining witness to appear. And we're going to make a referral for competency, so that Mr. Reyes, so that you can be evaluated by the forensic center to ensure that you understand what is happening in these proceedings today. So, for now, I'm going to do a competency referral based on Mr. Reyes's appearance in court today, even without a motion by defense counsel or the prosecutor, which defense counsel has just made the motion, but even without that, it certainly seems appropriate. So I will sign an order for competency, and we will see Mr. Reyes in a few weeks, hopefully with that report. Okay? All right.
Which is
Mr.
number
Reyes.
one, wrong.
Thank you, officer.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to speak, sir. I don't know to anyone today.
All right.
Well, there you have it. That's what I have. I've had a busy morning. I had a court appearance. For those of you who didn't see it, I had a nice walkabout in Amsterdam today. That went better than I thought. That was actually a lot of fun, and then I had these, and I didn't have those things edited. This all came about because I was running around doing all this stuff, and then it was pointed out to me by Alyssa that Swiftie showed up in court, and then I wanted to get to that right away, so I didn't have everything else put together. Nonetheless, it was kind of fun. We got a little extra that boring hearing in front of Shackelford, which I would have cut. Sorry about that. 1,000 pardons. Thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. I will see you all soon.